today. Man, I got a scratchy voice. Allergies, temperature changes, the rain. Man. I thank you all for being here. If you catch us on the replay, make sure you give us the old thumbs up. If you're new, subscribe to the channel. It'd be great. I know it's almost Christmas. We're going to give everybody a chance to slide on in here. We hope everybody is doing well. I know in our part of the world there's a lot of sick people going on. I got some emails from and messages from friends. They're not feeling the hottest. So a little shout out to them. And we hope everybody gets feeling better out there. It's that kind of time of the world, time of the year. Meme is in the house. How are you today? I hope everything's going well for you. I'm just getting caught up on some things. What is happening in your part of the world? It's a chilly day here. Chilly, chilly day. Just checking some emails this morning, everybody. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for the thumbs up. If you're in the background, come forward and let us know who you are. Say hi. No reason to be scared of me. Tay-Tay's in the house. Hey, Tay-Tay, how are you? How are things in your part of the world? Wow. Crap. So you did some videos on your Christmas. Nice. Look forward to seeing those. We haven't, we just had a big Christmas party on Saturday night. This week we've been kind of laying low, not doing a whole lot of anything because, you know, we're kind of tired and burned out from the big party and the fundraising we're doing to buy rice for the people, the poor people in the Philippines. So we're, you know, we're a little tired this week. But we're hoping to get back out there and do some more videoing. So Tay is in the house. Thank you very much for being here. It looks like you have a very good channel yourself. So we appreciate you coming in. Appreciate the thumbs up. Everybody, if you are new to Tay's channel, please check her channel out. I will go and find you in a little bit, Tay, and I will subscribe to your YouTube channel for you. We will do it right. We're going to watch a video. We're going to comment. We're going to give a thumbs up. And then we're going to subscribe and hit the alert bell. That's how you most benefit our YouTube channels, the ones that are trying to grow. So we appreciate you being here. Does anybody have a big or exciting Christmas wish that they would like to share, or a Christmas dream or a Christmas hope that you would like to talk about today? I think Christmas, I'll say this, I think Christmas is a good time for dreams, but I would hope that people aren't behaving during the Christmas season only, so that they truly are, role modeling the behaviors year round. It's kind of like Valentine's Day, right? How people usually just buy chocolates or flowers or something nice on Valentine's Day. Well, I don't believe in that. I believe that you should celebrate Valentine's Day every day. Same thing with Christmas. You should celebrate it every day. Meme says, fortunately, I will probably not be here very long time today. A friend I have not seen for 15 years wanted to visit me right away. Nice. Well, I encourage that. We're not going to be on long either today, this morning. We're going to come back tonight, more than likely. But I thought I would just do kind of a random pop-up today to say hello to some new people, some old people that I don't see during the night. In the evenings, we get a different group of people than we do during the day. And one thing I've learned is sometimes if I do live streams early in the morning, I get a different group. If I do them around noon, I got a different group. And if I do them in the evenings, I get a different group. And I feel bad about not reaching out to all three of those groups of people. Because sometimes I get complacent and don't do them in the morning so much because the weather's cold here, and I like to sleep in when it's cold and stay warm. So, but during the summer months, I'm up early. Weather's nice. So that's kind of my big deal. I like to make sure that I stop in and do a live stream time to time at different times, meet new people, and to say hello to old people. But Mima, I think it's extremely good of you and important of you to go visit friends. You got to keep those connections with people that you know. I think it's very important. So it's okay to do that. Yeah, it's, what is it? It's probably in the 40s here today. Partly sunny, or sunny now. And we're just going to kick back and relax today. Ourselves. It's Wednesday. So I got some stuff I got to do on Wednesdays. But, other than that, it's all good here. We're just hoping everybody's going to get ready for Christmas. Have a good Christmas. I'm getting ready to check the latest in the news because I haven't checked the news in a while. So need to see what's going on in the world. What I need to do. I see Taco Bell is adding chicken nuggets to its nationwide menu. So I guess they're going after the little kids. So if you like chicken nuggets, well, you no longer need to just go to McDonald's. You can pretty much go to Taco Bell now. Wow, we had a flood advisory the other day when we got all that heavy rain. I'm trying to see if there's anything good going on in America today. What Americans think of Robert F. Kennedy Jr. In Germany is no Taco Bell. You're lucky. You're lucky. It's not called Taco Hell in America for anything. It has the reputation and the tendency to cause you to need to go to the bathroom. So it's not. In Germany, you guys are not missing anything. Let me tell you. So in America, it's kind of a joke. I mean, it's popular Mexican food, but it's not great quality Mexican food, and it gets a lot of crap for being a type of restaurant that if you eat it, you're gonna have to go to the bathroom. But they're popular. They're cheap. Wow, it looks like there's a big cyclone rips through the fringe territory of Africa. Wow. You've heard that? Yeah, let's see, the Wall Street Journal today. Yeah. So, and it's true, sadly. Especially if you're not used to American food, because American food has a lot of chemicals in it. It's processed, it's gross, to be honest. And if you're not used to that, man, American food can rip foreigners apart. I'm trying to see if we got anything exciting. US weighs ban on Chinese-made router for American homes. Yes. We have the presidential inauguration coming up on the 20th. Wow, this is interesting. 12 people found dead inside of a popular ski resort. And wow, I'll have to read that later. Plane crash out in Hawaii. I don't read the news all the time. We're going to have another meteor shower right before Christmas, apparently. A lot of news about Elon Musk today, talking about what he did out in Texas and that he's very popular. Polarizing, but popular. You know, the honest truth is, it's a great question, and I'm going to tell you, is because when it started, we didn't know it. So Americans were never told that the fast food and the food at the stores they weren't told. Now, it's our fault because we didn't read the ingredients box. And remember also, in America, a lot of things can be marked as a trade secret. And the companies are protected under law, so they don't got to divulge what's in their ingredient or what their ingredients is. And so sadly, Americans not being self-educated, and two, the government not making companies disclose what's in the foods up until recently. And the fact that it's cheap food, is the problem. And the other problem is the whole food, the good food, the natural foods are way expensive in America. They shouldn't be, but they are. But the good food is controlled by the companies that make the bad food. So the bad food is cheaper because it's cheaper for the profit margin's higher on bad food. The profit margin's lower on the good food. So they don't want you buying the good food, they want you buying the bad food. So part of it's our own inability to do our due diligence and studying and learning about food that we take in. The other is advertising. We have free advertising or, our marketing strategies. There is no rules pretty much. As long as you don't, lie, you can put imagery together making you think that a Burger King Whopper is healthy for you. Because look at the glistening tomato and the lettuce and the pickle. Forget the fact that that is not meat. It's chemically engineered, processed imitation meat. You know what I mean? So there's a lot of things. Our U.S. government does not help us. It's our own fault because we're not educated. But hopefully our new guy coming in, the Kennedy guy, under the new Trump administration, who's going to run the Food and Drug Administration, hopefully he can help and fix some of that. Because you're right, it doesn't make any sense. All right, minced beef. Well, to be honest, minced beef. Let me look up what minced beef is. Oh, we call it ground beef. All right, I got you. So we call it ground up, not minced, but okay. So let me go to where I was just at earlier, Walmart, and look how much ground beef is. And a lot of times, let me see if I can pull it up. All right. Right now, ground beef is the cheapest one I can find, which is a low grade, is $2.99 a pound if you buy 5 pounds of it. If you want just a single pound of it, it's $3.94 American dollars. And the sad thing, a lot of ground beef isn't just ground beef. So I think that's part of our problem here in America. We add everything to everything instead of it just selling you a chicken. Our chickens are inflated with hormones and chemicals and saltwater solutions versus just selling you a damn chicken. So I'm not for sure what it is in Germany, but let's just say it's $2.99 to $3.94 a pound. And then the other question we're going to ask, what is in ground beef? So in America, our ground beef has muscle, supposedly, and connective tissue, but no organs. 70% lean meat and 27% fat in most cases, trimmings. So pretty much all the leftovers, all the non-good parts. The butchers in my area chop the meat from one piece in front of the customer so that everyone knows what it is. Yeah. Well, if I went to a butcher here in America and wanted a pound of ground beef, it'd probably cost me $10. it would cost me double, if not more, to get a butcher to give me ground beef. We don't have butchers like you guys do. We don't have butchers like we used to. We used to have butchers. You'd go to the grocery store and there'd be a guy back behind there and they would do that. They would grind the meat and process it and show it to you. Not anymore. Not anymore, my friend. Not in America. And that is part of our problem, you know? We we don't, you know, I don't know. But it's kind of like chickens in America. You know, you got a 2-pound chicken, or you got a, you know, like Lucas say. So how much should a chicken weigh? So the internet says a chicken can weigh to 5 to 8 pounds. Well, but we might buy a 5-pound chicken at Walmart, and you get it home, and if you drain all the solutions off of it, it's only about 3 pounds. Because they puff them up full of saline solution, chicken stock, to get them to weigh more so they make more money. So an healthy chicken will weigh about 5 pounds. But we dump a lot of hormones, growth hormones, into our chickens. Which is sad. Let's see if we can find. So chickens right now are $1.46 a pound, and that's anywhere from a 5 to 6.5 pound chicken. And what they do is they want to grow them super fast. So they feed them hormones so they have a growth spurt. And a lot of people, the hormones get into the water system and affects everybody. So there's a lot of problems. And they call them a premium young chicken. What that means is they fed them super fast and they gave them hormones to let that chicken to get to be that size in 4 weeks. So they're going to be 5 pounds at 4 weeks, you know, versus 12 weeks or 16 weeks. So we speed them up in America is what we do, so that we can get them to the market and make money off of them. That's the problem. Let's say, let me show you. Let me see here. What's this, chicken breast? All right. Chicken thighs. Yeah, it should only be water, right? But here's one of the crappy things that our people do here. So they freeze the chickens. So they take them and they put them in a solution. They freeze them, so they got ice in them, and then they wrap them, pack them, and weigh them. So we're paying for water. Chicken breast runs, the normal chicken breast that we get is $2.96 a pound. Chicken breast, without, all natural chicken breast, without chemicals or all right, I gotta go see what the wife wants. So a all-natural chicken in America is twice as expensive than a processed chicken. What do you need? So, all right. From the Netherlands, how are you? Heineke. Yeah. Heine, good to have you. I'm from the Netherlands. I buy my chickens at the chicken farms, always fresh. Yeah. In America, we don't do that. We don't really have chicken farms. And that's part of the problem with America and why I tell people all the time, America's not the greatest country in the world sometimes. Because the chicken producers, like Tyson Foods, they lowball the chicken farmer. So if I want to go buy a chicken from somebody who farm raises them, or free range as we call them, I'm still going to have to pay double because Tyson can undercut them. So that's why it is. But thank you for being here, Heineke. Yeah, you and me are in the same general location there. You guys are across the pond, so to speak, from me, but at least on the, you could probably drive to each other, or at least take a train. So, but thank you for being here. Thank you for the thumbs up. So, and that's part of our problem, is we've gotten one, Americans have been taught via the media, via advertising of these companies. They're like, oh, you don't want to buy a chicken from a farmer. Why would you do that? You could just buy it from us. Look, it's already packaged, it's already cleaned. You just pick it up at Walmart and you take it home and eat it. So us Americans have been trained to take the easy way out for our food. And this started way back in the 50s and the 60s. So this started way back at the grocery stores. And if you look back in our advertising history and our food history, which there's some really good documentaries on, you will see that at one point in time, we ate like most of the other parts of the world did. But General Mills, Kellogg, all of these inventors of these foods, well, they had to make a market for it. So what could they sell you? Convenience. In order for that bread to stay on the shelf as long as it could, before you could buy it, they had to put chemicals in it and process it. But they would say it's enriched with vitamins, because they would add some vitamins to cover up the chemicals that they put in the food. And then there's usually synthetic food enhancers. That's correct. And you're right. And that's part of the problem. That's why I hope, the young Kennedy guy who's going to try to do the Drug and Food Administration here in America, and Trump this next go around, will do something about that, because I think we ought to do the same thing as you guys. Get rid of the synthetic food enhancers. Why would you do that? Well, the only reason you do it is for profit. And whether, I love America. I'm American, but I've traveled a lot. We allow the corporations in America to make money over the health and well-being of the citizens in America. And that's our government's fault. And why is the government's fault? Because the big corporations that make these foods are giving those politicians money. They reward them for their support. They reward them for turning a blind eye and not going, no, we don't need to pass any new regulations about food safety or about synthetic, food synthesizers or anything like that. I mean, it took an arm and a leg for them to get to the point where they could label MSGs. It took years before our government said that companies had to put how many calories and how much sodium. I mean, this was like a 30-year battle to get this little thing on your food products in America. And all it does is tell you how many calories, total fats, sodiums, protein, what vitamins it has, if it has any, and, and they should. And I wish that Americans would rebel, but the problem is there's so many people that struggle in America financially that, and that's a problem. So a lot of people can't afford to rebel. Because what are they going to do if food price, and this is the scare tactic from the food companies in America. Well, if you do this, food prices are going to go skyrocketing. And I can tell you this, I can prove it to you right now. Because organic chicken, or all natural chicken as they call it, is twice as much as a Tyson chicken. So, healthy food that is not supposed to have those bad things in it costs you twice as much. So, we have been convinced and trained and brainwashed that to have cheap food, you got to have modified food. And Americans are okay with it because that's what they can afford. Because a lot of people from other parts of the world don't understand how expensive it is to live in America. I know everybody thinks the streets are paved with gold and there's money raining from heaven, but living in America is very expensive. No matter what part of America you live in, it's very, very expensive. And when people have kids and bills to pay, they will sacrifice good food for bad food because it's cheaper. And then, of course, we're convinced by BS like saying, marketing, enriched with vitamins. Well, that's what the Wonder Bread started off in the 50s. It was chemically processed to stay on the shelf longer. So what did they do? Instead of saying that, they said it's enriched with vitamins. And Americans believed it. So part of it is the fact that we're already addicted to it. Heineke says, we eat met brochine. I'm going to Google that because I don't know what that is. Give me a second. I want to Google that. So we've been brainwashed and we've been taught raw minced pork. Oh, okay. Like beef tartare. All right. Americans usually don't like raw pork or beef. So, yeah, on a nice, looks like it comes on a really nice roll or bun. A lot of recipes out there for it. Yeah, it's a German thing. Yeah. Let me look at that one. So when I would teach international students, and I taught a lot of them over the years, and I had a lot of them come to work for me. Let's see if I can see what you're saying. Whoa. Benina. So my translator's not working today. Oh, where exactly? Oh, you're asking your friend there in the Netherlands, where exactly is he? I see, nice. All right. And he's over in Natchbar. Yeah, you guys live nearby at each other. See, you never know what new friends you're going to meet on this channel. But I would tell my international workers who are from all parts of the world coming here to study in America, don't eat American food. If you eat American food, you're going to look like me. Don't eat American food. Go ahead and buy the things that you need and make your style of food at home. Yes, I caught that. Talking German, you guys live close by. And Americans, I'm going to just pick on us. Americans are easily influenced by media and ad campaigns. So we like fancy ads and ad campaigns. We like things that make us feel good, and so they play on our ignorance. So that's something that you got to think of if you ever come to America. They're going to say a lot of things are homemade or country style. They got a lot of buzzwords to make you think that this is not a processed food product, but it is. So, there's a lot of marketing that is inaccurate, but it fringes on being borderline true. So it's kind of like truth in advertising. They lie with a twinge of truth. The goal is to convince you to buy what they want you to buy, not what you need to buy. And I actually think it'd be really good if American companies, and I know this is, free enterprise in America, I think it'd be really good if food companies couldn't advertise in America. That's what I think. I think if Tyson Foods couldn't advertise their processed chicken, I think that would be a good thing. If these companies couldn't advertise, if Burger King couldn't advertise, I think that, besides putting a sign out on their street, because they lead you to believe, and they lead poor people and others to believe that their food is better than it is. It's false advertising. But it's not false advertising enough for the government to step in and take any action. But please understand, in America, the government does not protect the citizens. It protects the businesses. And that's the honest to God truth. Just the way it is. And everything in America is about convenience. Americans are lazy. We're busy, but we're lazy. If somebody can give us back 15 or 20 minutes of our day, then we have a tendency to want to sacrifice our health for that 15 to 20 minutes, which is really sad, but it is that way. But for all of you folks that are new, if you guys would subscribe to my channel, I would appreciate that. We appreciate you guys being here and visiting us. And we'd like it if you subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Keep them weak, sick, and dumb. That's right. You hit the nail on the head. And part of how they do that is by convincing us that they're looking out for us when they're not. Tyson, the healthy choice. Bullshit. You got TV dinners called healthy choice TV dinners. Smart ones. It's not. Yeah, you're right. Keep us weak, sick, and dumb. Keep you poor, keep you broke, so that you feel great if you get a $10 bonus. And busy. And Americans are busy. And not only are we busy working, but it's a strategy in America to keep parents spending money on children by saying they got to go to ballet, They got to go to gymnastics. They got to go to the school play. They got to play football. They got to play baseball. They got to do all these things. And so the parents are running ragged, trying to keep up with the school activities for the kids. And therefore, they don't have the time to cook. So, hey, what can you do? You can just get an easy meal at Burger King. So I really hope that Kennedy, who's going to be the new Food and Drug Administration, that he can pass something to help. Because when we've traveled, and one thing I can say, when we lived in the Philippines, I lost weight, and I ate more food in the Philippines than I ever do in America. We ate more cake, more dessert, more fried chicken. We ate a lot of fruit, of course, but we ate like pigs in the Philippines, but never gained an ounce. Never gained an ounce, because it's all real food. In America, I mean, I got to watch every calorie I eat, because I can gain weight really quick in America just eating American food. And so I tell you guys, if you come to America, don't eat our freaking food. Just telling you, be careful. It's a death trap. And I do believe that in sugar, our foods have a lot of sugar in them. And it's like the Whopper, for instance. I don't know if you guys realize this, but at least in America, the Whoppers that you eat at Burger King are designed to dissolve in your mouth. So they're not designed for you to chew them. They're designed, you bite it, you chew once, the meat and the bread dissolves, and you swallow it, and you eat more. And they want you to eat it faster. Because then you're going to be still hungry. You're going to think you're hungry, and you're going to eat the shake and the fries and everything else. So, because the food is made to dissolve easily. If you can get a chicken and eat a piece of chicken, it takes longer, right? Heineke says, my son plays football, refuses to say soccer, good. Soccer, the other way. The other way. Soccer is soccer, football is football. He gets on his own bike and don't have to take him down. I don't want to, yeah. American kids are also been programmed to play video games all the time. When I was growing up, we were outside playing outdoors. But the companies, the food companies, the people have gotten everybody so scared about being outdoors and about getting hurt and doing this and doing that. The kids and the video games are cheap enough, and mom and dad go, well, if they're playing video games, at least in their house, they're not causing trouble. It's like video games are a babysitter. Like the sliders from White House, one bite and you're done meme, that's exactly it. It is, that's it. But our children don't know how to play outside in America. They have to be taken everywhere. They have to be handheld everything. And if they don't get to have the nicest, cleats for soccer, if they don't get to have the best uniform, if they don't get to look cool, well, then they throw a hissy fit. I don't have kids, but I've been around enough of them to know that it's not a good situation. I tell people, look, if you're thinking about coming to America, the best thing you can do is stay in your own country. There's nothing special about America. There's a lot of good things here. There really is a lot of great things. We have a beautiful country. You can travel anywhere you want easily. You can buy anything you want easily. You can do anything you want, but you pay the price in other ways. I know gas is cheaper in America than in Europe. I get that. Oh, I am drinking, I'll show you. It's a V8 blended energy drink. Orange pineapple flavor. I like real V8 juice, but I don't like drinking the real V8 juice in the morning. And I like having juice in the morning, but Like orange juice has way too much sugar in it. It is. It's, here's what they say about it. Henry's in the house. Henry, how are you? Everybody said hello to HDN. HDN said hello to everybody. So I'll read you a little bit about this. Yeah, so it's 50 calories a can, which I like. It's very light. So it's not a heavy juice. It's, kind of like tea. It's made with green tea and black tea and has some flavor added. It has no protein, but only 10 grams of sugar. It does have quite a bit of sodium, 55 milligrams. And it does have some vitamins. But it's no GMOs, gluten-free, no artificial colors, no sugars added. I have one every morning just because I don't like to drink coffee that much. And this is just a nice light drink, a very light drink. But I like the true real V8 juice in the small cans. I drink those, but I only drink, a few of them a week, and I like them in the afternoons. So Henry, how are things in your part of the world? But that's, and then the other problem with American food, guys, is the proportion size. I thought it's funny, we've had a lot of friends come here to America. And so many times we've taken them to dinner, or we even, the last one we had a friend we picked up from the Philippines, from Dubai. She flew in from Dubai. She lives in the Philippines, or was from the Philippines. And we stopped by a Wendy's and got a snack because they've been on the plane a lot. Still going, still tired from the drive. I know, we're still recuperating from the party. So we stopped by Wendy's, and she wanted an iced tea, and I ordered a large iced tea. And she gets this freaking glass that's this big, and she's like, oh my God, because in the Philippines, this is 8 ounces? In the Philippines, when you order a large Coke, you get about 8 ounces of Coke. In America, you get like 30 ounces of Coke when you get a large Coke. So the proportion sizes. You go to a restaurant in America, you get this big ass platter full of food when you don't need all that. So my wife and I, when we do a lot of eating out, we order one meal and we split it between the two of us. Yeah, Henry did a lot of driving over the weekend. I know, I'm feeling. But I just tell people, America's a great country, but we got so many things wrong with us. If we could ever correct some of the things wrong, you just got to look at pictures. I love the pictures of looking at like Miami Beach. If you go back in history and you look at pictures of Miami Beach in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s, and then you go and look at them in the 90s and the 2000s, there's a whole lot of difference. You're going to see skinny people in the 50s, 60s, and 70s. In the 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, you're going to see a bunch of fat-ass people. And I'm one of them, so I get it. I also think all these processes and chemicals that we use are, like the Kennedy boy says, maybe a result of the Alzheimer's, not the Alzheimer's, but the, Asperger's. I can't remember the big term for that. Damn it, the puzzles, their disease or their condition. I can't remember what the hell that's called now. What kids are. No, not dementia. I think that could be, but for children, when they are on the spectrum, what do we call that? The puzzle is their logo. ADHS? No. What in the hell is the name of the kids? Asperger's. Asperger's, right? Is it Asperger's? Yeah, HDHA in America. I think it's Asperger's, right? Autism. There we go. The autism in children. Autism. I think our American food, I agree with the Kennedy guy, that I think the American food plays a huge role in autism. Because I think he's right when you look at, yes, when you look at the rate of autism in America has skyrocketed over the years. So, as an old science guy, there has to be a cause and effect. It just does. Well, what's one of the more common links that we know of? Food in America. So, I don't actually disagree with them. I do just wish, I wish America was different in the fact that our government truly protected the people of America. I wish the businesses didn't have so much influence over politics in America. It's like the tobacco industry. You know, hell, it took eons for them to even get the warning on the side of a packet of cigarettes about being a health issue. So, I mean, our CDC, Center for Disease Control in America, is a joke. Our FDA, Food and Drug Administration, is a joke because they are ran by people that can be bribed and bought. And it happens. And then we have the other problem in America. We don't like new medicines. You know, we are scared to death of new medicine in America. No government worldwide protects the people. I know. I just wish they would, though. But we don't like to put new drugs out there without it taking 20 years of research. That's just a dream. It may be just a dream. But it's not a bad dream to have. You know what I mean? But I wish we would embrace alternative medicine sources better. I think we ought to embrace Eastern medical philosophy more. I think we ought to make drugs quicker to come into the market when needed. I think it shouldn't be about how much Merck or Pfizer pays, politicians to lobby their drug to get approved through the CDC or the FDA. But that happens a lot. It happens a lot. But yet, it's like it's really hard to let the good things get through, but we're going to let all the bad things get through. And that's the sad thing about, the United States. It just is. And I know every country, isn't perfect by any stretch, but just kind of, my thing. We don't like it, but Americans feel like we're helpless to do anything about it, that there's really nothing that we can do about it. HN says, not having everything is so hard to buy. Yeah. That's what I was explaining to them earlier, that when you're poor in America, you're poor in America. Or, a all-natural chicken is going to be twice the cost of a Tyson chicken, a processed chicken. To get a chicken is going to cost you twice as much versus just going down to Walmart and getting the Tyson chicken that's ready to go. It just is. And that's really sad. And that's why there are a movement in America where a lot of people want to grow their own food which is good. And, my wife would like to do that. We don't have the ability to do it where we live because it's not allowed. You can't raise chickens and things here. But you can buy farm fresh eggs around here from people that have chicken and chicken eggs. But, they're going to be just as much as a box of eggs at Walmart. Meme, have a good time with your friend. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you. Enjoy, and thank you coming in from Germany. We appreciate that, my friend. So the real question is, what do we do? If we're talking about that issue, what do we do? What do? You got to have the time to grow your own vegetables. You got to have the time to take care of the chickens. You got to have the space to do those things. Henry says, taking care. Have a nice day, everyone, from Meme. So you got to have the time, the space, and the desire to do it. And I don't think a lot of Americans have the time because we're kept so busy running ragged, whether it's work-related, children-related, whatever it may be. And then, of course, as we get unhealthy and we get sicker, we spend more and more time running back and forth to the doctors. And I do think a lot of illnesses could be improved simply by getting away from American food. I think a lot of people, we see that in the Philippines when we have a lot of expats that go to the Philippines. When they start eating healthier in the Philippines, their diabetes gets better, their arthritis gets better, but it could also be the warm weather. So there's a lot that goes on, can go on. But all we can do as individuals is try to do the best we can. And the bad thing is, a lot of us Americans, we're behind the 8 ball. We are already screwed. So, we can't turn around our health at this age. I can drop more weight, but my legs are shot, my heart's shot, my lungs are shot, my kidneys are shot. What am I going to do? I can't make my legs better. I've already had knee replacement, ankle reconstruction. I have a pacemaker for heart failure. That shit's not going away no matter where I live or what I do because the damage is already done. And that's the reality and the truth about American society. And that's why I tell people, really think long and hard before you pack your bags to come live in America. You may be better off in your home country than you think. Because it's not cheap to live in America. You're gonna fall into the same trap as all of us Americans. We live paycheck to paycheck, day to day, is what we do. Unless you're one of the lucky ones. I know, let's say this, 95% of the people that I know in America struggle in America. Only 5% of the people that I know don't really worry about things. Now, they worry about other things like, holy crap, I hope I don't lose my fortune, because they're paranoid about that. But the other 95%, they're just worried about putting food on the table every day, keeping the electric bill on, paying for their water, paying for their mortgage, paying for their rent, getting the job, getting to work, getting a job, making sure they can pay their car insurance, all of those things. So America is not the easiest place to live in the world. Just not. So sometimes I tell people in the Philippines, maybe it's better to stay in the Philippines and to survive, because at least you'll be healthier than in America. Henry says, just surviving. Yeah, 95% of the population here just survive, and they're struggling to do that. So America's not all it's cracked up to be. It's just not, but that's okay. No, let's see. Michael Vick, You guys remember him? He was the quarterback that got thrown in jail for his dog fighting charges. I guess now he's a head football coach at a college. Henry says, that's why I'm thinking about moving overseas. Well, and I think a lot of people do well overseas. I think, and I say this, Henry, that if you have a lot of health issues, I think that some of them can be positively affected by living overseas. I was. But if you need medical treatment, you're going to be screwed. So you kind of got to balance that. You gotta kind of balance that. I didn't mind the Philippines. I mind the fact how boring everything was. It was too goddamn boring for me. And of course, we went through the Typhoon Odette, which was an ass kicker and all of that stuff. But I tell people all the time, if you don't have good health, then going overseas isn't going to help. Yeah, and that's what you have to do. You have to do your research and figure it out from there. You really do. And that's like anything, Henry and everybody else, is do your own research and go from there. If it looks like it's a good thing for you, then you should definitely do it. If you think you'll be happier there, if you think you'll be happy there, that's great. But the real question is, will you be happier there? It's kind of like I said, I wasn't happy there because I was so bored, nothing to do, no purpose. And that drove me absolutely apeshit crazy. Apeshit crazy. So, all right, my friends, we've been on here for an hour. I wanted to do a pop-up live just to say hello to the people I haven't seen in a while during the daytime. And then I'm going to come back tonight and tomorrow or later in the week, I'm going to try to get up early and see all of you early morning people that I haven't seen in a while. I'm trying to get back into my groove of doing early mornings and days and nights randomly throughout the week. So, but this is designed just to be a short live stream, and feel free to come back tonight and see me, everybody. We appreciate all the thumbs ups, and take care, Henry. We appreciate you, my friend. We will see everybody tonight. Take care, everybody.